Dan Dickow with Gonzaga Nation SI, our weekly check-in with the Kennel Club to chat about what's on their mind and what is important in the eyes of one of the best student sections in all of college basketball. Today's guest, Sam O'Connor, a sophomore all the way from the East Coast, 45 minutes outside New York City, Mount Kisco, New York to be exact. He's a sophomore rep for the Kennel Club and the Kennel Club coordinator. Sam, first question. What makes you come all the way to Gonzaga from New York City suburbs?
So I was sitting at my dining room table, and I was holding one of those like thick college books that I was probably a junior in high school. And my dad's scrolling through another one or on his computer or something, and he looks at me and goes, "You ever heard of that school, Gonzaga?" And I said, "Yeah, they have a really good basketball program, right? You know, like every single person who you ask if you've heard of Gonzaga." Um, I was looking for a school that was, in a city environment. Spokane was perfect. I'm a big skier, snowboarder, so being this close to the mountains up in Idaho is awesome too. And I love basketball. I love going to games and being a part of that. Back in high school, I was on this committee that we were really trying to improve the student experience at my high school, and one of the main things we were trying to do was get like a student section going at our sports games, and we failed miserably every single time. We could never get students to care about sports. So when I went to college, I wanted to go to a place that already had that infrastructure in place, and obviously no one's better than here. So
You're exactly right. No one is better. They may be equal to the Kennel Club, but no one's better as far as providing a great atmosphere in college basketball. You're a sophomore. Last year as a freshman, you guys didn't get to go to the Kennel, so you didn't get to experience it as a freshman. How disappointing was that? And then what was it like the first game for you in the Kennel being part of the game day experience?
um, it was tough last year. I was on the kennel board. This is my second year on the kennel board. I was the freshman rep last year. Um, and it was definitely really hard not being able to go to games and any games. It wasn't even just basketball. Couldn't go to soccer games. We went to I think one baseball game at the very end of the year. Um, Tennis matches and meets and stuff like that. Like we could not do anything. So that was really tough. But I think that there was a moment where we all kind of said to ourselves, like, at least we're here. Like, at least we get to be on campus. Like, we can do something, because there was a lot of students around the country who weren't on campus. So it was definitely hard, but I think we really did a great job of working through it and like keeping up that school spirit and that community throughout the COVID pandemic. That being said, the first game this year, it wasn't even the first game. It was just craziness in the kennel. Like we were on the court and everyone was doing Zombie Nation. And it was unbelievable. Like, it was just like a surreal experience. Because we've seen videos of it. There's that really famous YouTube video of it. I've watched Zags games in the past before the pandemic and saw them do Zombie Nation, but there's absolutely nothing like being in the stands and the bleachers are shaking back and forth and everyone's going crazy. It's an unbelievable experience.
So let's go back to that junior year experience you're talking about, looking at colleges, and your dad has that thick book of
Mhm.
schools that you're considering. When you brought up Gonzaga, what's your parents' mind frame, knowing that you were going to be in that midst of great kids cheering on the Zags?
I think that they were thrilled. I think my parents have always known that I loved sports. It's no secret. I used to watch. I mean, spend my Sundays watching football games. I'd stay up late watching basketball and hockey games and stuff. Um, because I don't think my parents were surprised when they found out about Gonzaga, and I think that they were really happy. I think that they knew that this was what I really wanted to do, and that this would be a really fun experience for me, and I'd really get that community and that school spirit that I was really looking for. My mom wasn't super thrilled that I was going so far away, but she's gotten used to it by now.
Well, you mentioned being outside New York, watching lots of different sports. Gonzaga's played in Madison Square Garden at different times over the last 15, 20 years. Any of the most recent times they've been to Madison Square Garden, have you had a chance to go to those games? Or if not, have you been to Madison Square Garden?
Oh, I've been to MSG a bunch of times. I've never seen a Zags game at MSG. I would love to do that. I mean,
So would that be a
MSG.
bucket list? Sorry to interrupt. Would that be a bucket list?
Absolutely, that'd be so much fun. I mean, Michael Jordan would say that MSG is the mecca of basketball. It's the greatest place to play. I've been to MSG a bunch of times. I sat in a courtside suite at a Knicks game because my mom got comped tickets through work, which was unbelievable. That was so much fun. I've probably been to like 8 or 9 Ranger games throughout my life. Big hockey family. Um, Obviously, growing up in the Northeast, you gotta love hockey. So I've been to MSG so many times, and it's such a great arena. Oh my God, it's so much fun.
It is a special place, that's for sure. Whether you take a taxi there or whether you take the subway and just take the elevators up to get into the arena, it's pretty cool. Last question, Sam, before I let you go. There's been a couple big games already in conference, BYU at home, USF. This is a unique week in the fact that there's back-to-back home games. What does the Kennel have prepared for LMU and University of Portland?
Oh, they're not ready. I don't think anyone would ever be ready to play at McCarthy, but yeah, we're gonna get loud. I think students this year especially have had that like pent up demand of they really want to go to games. So when you give students the opportunity to get in that section, they are gonna show out. BYU was probably one of the more fun games this year. I think it's between BYU and Texas. USF was a great game. LMU and Portland is they're gonna be fun. Saturday games are always fun. So we're gonna have a good time.
Awesome. Well, Sam, I appreciate you joining. Thank you again to the Kennel Club for being a weekly participant with Gonzaga Nation SI, and have a lot of fun this week because, like I said, there's 2 games.
Yeah, it'll be a great time. Thank you very much.